Following his recent spaceflight, Jeff Bezos offered to pay billions, $2 billion to be exact, in NASA costs in exchange for his company, Blue Origin, receiving a lunar lander contract that the agency had previously awarded to Elon Musk's SpaceX. What is the danger in Bezos' $2 billion offer to NASA? Many people ignored reports that Jeff Bezos and Blue Origin had offered to essentially subsidize the development of a lunar lander to the tune of $2 billion. Knowing that accepting the offer and adding Blue Origin to the program alongside SpaceX, which won the contract a few months ago, would be a long shot. Blue Origin, SpaceX, and Dynetics competed for the contract to build a lunar lander. They were aware that NASA intended to award 2 contracts. When the prices came in, NASA balked and awarded SpaceX a single $2.9 billion contract. Both Blue Origin and Dynetics have filed protests with the Government Accountability Office, claiming that NASA only opened price negotiations with SpaceX, which was unfair. This crucial decision is expected to be made in a matter of weeks. Bezos made his $2 billion offer shortly after returning from his successful space journey. This offer appeared after NASA awarded SpaceX a $2.89 billion contract to develop the first commercial human lander, which will transport the next 2 American astronauts to the moon. According to Fox Business, the agency had planned to award multiple contracts to private sector companies for the project, known as the Human Landing System, HLS, but instead chose to award only 1 contract due to budgetary constraints. Blue Origin will bridge the HLS budgetary funding shortfall by waiving all payments in the current and next 2 government fiscal years, up to $2 billion, to get the program back on track right now, Bezos wrote in the open letter to NASA Administrator Bill Nelson. He continued, "This offer is not a deferral, but is an outright and permanent waiver of those payments. This offer provides time for government appropriation actions to catch up. Instead of this single-source approach, NASA should embrace its original strategy of competition. Competition will prevent any single source from having insurmountable leverage over NASA. Without competition, NASA's short-term and long-term lunar ambitions will be delayed, will ultimately cost more, and won't serve the national interest." However, NASA has not yet commented on Bezos' statement. Bezos' statement was easy to dismiss because it seemed too outlandish and, to be honest, a little arrogant. The world's richest man plans to buy his way into a NASA contract. In a letter to NASA Administrator Bill Nelson, Bezos argued that allowing only 1 company to build the lander would harm competition. They appear to be unwilling to risk any temptation that NASA may feel, and they point out several risks that Bezos' offer entails. Morgan Stanley analysts, in contrast to Bezos' argument about competition, see opposite risk. Adopting a loss leader approach may price out competitors and emerging players with potentially exciting new technologies but shallower pockets. They write in a client research note, "Being willing to take such a large loss reduces profits, making the sector less appealing to investors." According to Morgan Stanley analysts, as profits are squeezed, competition can be stifled. Bezos and Blue Origin proposed a fixed-price contract for the construction of the lunar lander. Any cost overruns would be Blue Origin's responsibility, not NASA's. What about the smaller players in emerging technology? In a firm fixed-price scenario, who will develop new technologies and solutions? NASA has yet to publicly respond to Bezos' letter, but I believe they should with a firm no. This all comes at a time where commercial space travel is being talked about more and more, and Blue Origin with Virgin Galactic along with SpaceX are the top contenders apart from the big dog, NASA. Blue Origin and Virgin Galactic, both owned by Richard Branson, have been vying for space tourism dollars. However, the pursuit has been criticized for catering to the wealthy, while so many are suffering as a result of the global health situation. In other news, NASA's Artemis program, which includes a commercially developed lander, aims to place the first person of color and the first female on the moon in 2024. NASA had previously awarded 10-month study contracts to SpaceX, Blue Origin, and Dynetics to develop lunar landers prior to selecting the winner: Blue Origin and Jeff Bezos. Bezos has always had a huge interest in space and space travel, even making a statement at his high school graduation speech telling the audience he dreamed of the day when mankind will colonize space. It is no wonder that he has invested millions upon millions into this industry. Blue Origin LLC is a privately funded American aerospace manufacturer and suborbital spaceflight services provider based in Kent, Washington. The company was founded in 2000 by Jeff Bezos, a founder and executive chairman of Amazon, and is led by CEO Bob Smith. Their overall mission is to make access to space cheaper and more reliable by using reusable launch vehicles. Blue Origin's first president, Rob Meyerson, led the company from 2003 to 2017. Blue Origin is taking an incremental approach to transitioning from suborbital to orbital flight, with each step building on previous work. The name of this business alludes to the blue planet Earth as its starting point. Blue Origin is working on a number of technologies with a particular emphasis on rocket-powered vertical takeoff and vertical landing vehicles for access to suborbital and orbital space. Initially focusing on suborbital spaceflight, the company has designed, built, and flown multiple testbeds of its New Shepard vehicle at its Culberson County, Texas facilities. The New Shepard, named after the first American in space, Alan Shepard, began developmental test flights in April 2015, and flight testing is still ongoing. In May 2019, Jeff Bezos unveiled Blue Origin's vision for space, as well as plans for a moon lander known as Blue Moon, which is scheduled to launch in 2024. Blue Origin launched its first crewed mission into space on July 20th, 2021, using its New Shepard rocket and spaceflight system. The flight lasted about 10 minutes and crossed the Kármán line. Blue Origin founder Jeff Bezos was among the four-person crew, which also included his brother Mark Bezos, Wally Funk, and Oliver Damon. Blue Origin and its history with NASA. Blue Origin has agreed to work with NASA on a number of developmental projects. NASA awarded the company $3.7 million US in funding through a Space Act agreement in 2009, under the first commercial crew development program for the development of concepts and technologies to support future human spaceflight operations. Blue Origin received a $22 million US funding commitment from NASA in April 2011 as part of the CC-DEV Phase 2 program. Milestones include the Orbital Space Vehicle's Mission Concept Review and System Requirements Review. In September 2013, it was reported that Blue Origin had filed a protest with the U.S. General Accounting Office over what it says is a plan by NASA to award an exclusive commercial lease to SpaceX for use of mothballed Space Shuttle Launch Pad 39A. This was prior to the completion of the bid period and prior to any public announcement by NASA for the results of the process. NASA had intended to complete the bid award and transfer the pad by October. On April 30th, 2020, NASA awarded $579 million to Blue Origin's national team, which includes Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, and Draper, to develop an integrated human landing system as part of NASA's Artemis program to return humans to the moon. NASA awarded the Artemis moon lander work to the rival SpaceX bid on April 16, 2021. Launch of space travel tourism. As we mentioned earlier, space travel tourism has been specifically discussed and promised by various different space travel giants, including Virgin Galactic, Blue Origin, and SpaceX. Virgin Galactic intends to begin commercial trips to suborbital space next year following Sunday's success. As of today, the company has sold approximately 600 tickets at the cost of around $250,000 each. Celebrities like Tom Hanks and Lady Gaga, as well as fellow space-boosting millionaire Elon Musk, are among the paid passengers. Branson, who is known for his salesmanship, has claimed a huge triumph for Virgin Galactic, the company he established. However, with his business, Blue Origin, the world's richest man, Jeff Bezos, is competing for a slice of the commercial space industry. Historically, space has been primarily the domain of military or governments, with their own space agencies such as NASA or Russia's Roscosmos. However, there has been a paradigm shift in recent years, with the increasing number of private enterprises earning a name for themselves by placing gear in space. 3 different astronaut missions have been successfully launched into space by SpaceX, lowering the cost of space travel by millions of dollars. Currently, a seat on the Crew Dragon spacecraft cost NASA an estimated $55 million, compared to the $90 million paid by Roscosmos for a voyage on the Soyuz. And there you have it. All the details you need to know surrounding the danger in Bezos' $2 billion offer to NASA. As you probably already know, NASA will be fine without this $2 billion, and they will more than likely not take Bezos up on his offer. Along with this, we also discussed Blue Origin and its ties with NASA and the introduction of space travel tourism. But we are very curious to hear your thoughts. What do you think about Bezos' $2 billion offer to NASA? If you enjoyed today's videos, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss any of our new and upcoming content. Thanks for watching.